The Sizing tab defines how QuickBid converts your item quantity, based on the Calculation tab, into usable material amounts for your estimate. Additionally, the materials you use come in many forms. To avoid creating a different item for every possible variation, the Sizing tab in QuickBid allows you to add options to choose from when adding the item to a condition. There are 5 different size methods to choose from. In this video, let's discuss mixtures. A mixture itself is not a single unique item. Instead, a mixture comprises multiple items that produce a unique final yield. Think of a mixture as a recipe. The mixture's components are the ingredients, and the final yield is the finished dish. Some trades use a lot of mixtures, like EIFS and stucco, while others might not use any at all. After setting the size method to mixture, you need to enter a mixture yield. You don't need to enter a container in this case because you aren't ordering the mixture itself. You're ordering the components to make the mixture, and each piece already has a container. The mixture yield uses the unit of measure for the item in the upper right. You can set up any sort of yield that makes sense to you and is easy for you to figure out. Then QuickBid can scale that yield up or down to fit your condition. Okay, it's time to select all the components of your mixture. If you know the item you want to add, you can type it in the item field directly or click the magnifying glass to look it up. Click the New button on the right to add a new line. Continue this process to add all the necessary components. Now to add some specifics. First, select the appropriate size or style if applicable. Next is the most important part. What quantity of each item do you need to meet the specified mixture yield? You can usually find this information in the product specifications, or maybe you just know from experience. Whatever the case, enter the quantity required to reach the yield for each item in your mixture. An item cost and total cost appear based on your entries, as does a unit cost based on the mixture yield. If the cost is incorrect, change it in the original item and the mixture is updated automatically. So, what does this mixture do for you? Well, you already know that the Calculation tab applies a formula to your takeoff amount, the results of which appear in the Condition Detail window. This result is usually in the form of a measurement like linear feet or square feet. The mixture divides that measurement by the mixture yield and multiplies the required quantities built into the mix. For example, imagine you have a mixture with a 1,000 square foot yield that contains 2 of item A and 4 of item B. If you apply that mixture to a condition with 4,000 square feet, the mixture divides the total by 1,000 square feet and gets 4. Each item in the mix then multiplies by 4, so you get 8 of item A and 16 of item B, which is enough to cover 4,000 square feet based on your original yield. You can also use mixtures to convert single items to different units of measurement. Imagine you purchase sand by the ton, so you have an item set up for sand as an each item with a container of ton for easy purchasing. If you wanted to use that item on a volume takeoff, it simply wouldn't work because QuickBid can't convert an each into a volume measurement using the standard formula. However, a mixture can. Here's a new item for the sand in cubic yards, set up as a mixture on the Sizing tab with a yield of 1 cubic yard. In the grid below, let's add the sand item and tell QuickBid how many tons of sand are in 1 cubic yard. A quick online search tells me dry sand weighs about 1.4 tons per cubic yard. Now we have a mixture that we can apply to a volume condition and calculate correctly. Items set up as mixtures appear in pink when viewing the items list. Setting up items can be one of the most challenging parts of using QuickBid. If you have a current maintenance subscription and need help, please don't hesitate to submit a How Do I request to speak to a product specialist for assistance setting up items.